What up, YouTube? I ain't seen y'all in a while, so what's going on with y'all? I'm gonna jump into it. Guess we're gonna talk about Todd and Kandi. Like, would you get a prenup before marriage? Well, I got some chicken, I got some broccoli, and I got rotisserie chicken and some biscuits. I got some Italian, Olive Garden, dressing, and some classic ranch. So I might probably dip my chicken wings in some classic, ranch classic, and then I'll probably dip my salad in some Olive Garden. Okay, y'all, let me put my little flavor. I don't want to do too much. That should be enough. If I need some more, I'll add some more. And my chicken, I don't know about y'all, but me, I like to, dip. So I'm gonna pour some on the side, right here in the corner. And I'm just gonna dip and eat, dip and eat. That's it. All right, let's get the chowing down. Yeah. That's a big bone right now. Wasn't expecting that. I don't know about y'all, but I'm hungry. If that's your favorite person, me personally, I'd be like, I feel some type of way. I feel like you putting bad luck on your marriage, like before you get married, because it's kind of feel like you don't trust that person. Like if you had to get the prenup. Because my thing is this, if you feel like that, your conscience basically telling you should not marry that person if you got to get a prenup. That means you don't trust them. That means you think they're going to take you for everything you got. Your money, your house, your cars, your dog, or your cat. But yeah, I'm talking true at the same time in conversation. Just talk about it. Would you put a prenup on the person you about to marry? Because me personally, I won't do it. Because I feel like you putting bad luck on your marriage before y'all get married. If that makes sense. So that's how I feel about it. Maybe y'all might think different, but that's just me. Now, I understand this right here. Y'all individual people, and y'all come as one. But if you're a person that already had money before that person walked in your life, I mean, it's up to y'all. But again, if they just say if y'all had a business together and a joint account together and all that stuff, y'all established a lot of stuff, an empire. I think it's only right if y'all break up, I think whatever y'all should, y'all split it down the middle. Nobody get greedy. You just split the money. Now, if the person already had some money before they got in the picture, now that's a different topic. That's a different conversation. That means whatever that person came in with, that's their money. And you should feel some type of way too. Like, man, this person had money before I met this person. So I don't want to do that dude like that. Because at the end of the day, I still love her, even though we don't be together, I ain't gonna do it like that. But if you take a person for everything they have, before you had the money, and after y'all build an empire together, it's like, yeah, that person was plotting the whole time. And you see why it went the way it went. Because guys look low and you see high. So he figured like, well, that person gonna do all that. They don't need you no way. That's the reason why it didn't work. The whole time, you probably didn't see it, that person was plotting. Maybe people was telling you, and you didn't want to listen. But sometimes you have to find out things from the grapevine. It be like that sometimes. But I don't know. You know, you just can't do that when you say you love somebody. Especially when you got kids. Because you think you're hurting that woman or that man, but in reality, you're hurting them kids. Because at the end of the day, the kid, the one that gonna suffer. So while you think you taking everything for that woman or that man, they gonna be the one hurting. And that means when you do something like that, that means you never loved that person. Not by an inch. I love some salad and special broccoli. Gotta have my green. Tell you some of these biscuits. Taste I want when I'm drinking. Just some flavored water. Yep. So how long would y'all take for, no, let me rephrase that. How long would you let, y'all done lost my trace of thought. How long you think somebody should wait for a proposal? That's what I meant to say. You think it should be like a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 months, 6 months? How long do you think you should wait for a proposal? Sometimes if you able to wait 10 years, sometimes a person like they'll tell you what you want to hear, and they probably don't have no intention to marry you, so they'll probably say, "Yeah, we're gonna get married soon." And if you keep bugging them, sometimes they'll buy you a ring just to shut up, cause you're getting on their nerve. And 3 years later, you still in. Sometimes 3 years turn to 5 or 6 years. So are you able to wait? And you love that person, you will. But, like I always say, time don't wait for nobody. So let that sink in. Like God say, a man find a wife, find a good thing. So if that man find his wife, why would he waste time to take the product off the shelf? Because if you don't take it off the shelf, that means your product ain't no good. Or he ain't no good, one of the two. As y'all can notice or as y'all can see, I love marriage stuff because I talk about it all the time. Like, it's almost sometimes like I get a kick out of it. I like seeing, you know, people do marriage stuff, couple stuff. So, when I seen Kandi and Todd, in reality, it kind of hurt me. It kind of hurt my heart, and I'm like, dang, me and them two, they're a powerful couple. But little that you know, sometimes things go behind closed doors that you know nothing about. But for what I see, I can't say nothing bad about Kandi. Okay, we back, y'all, in the full effect. But yeah, I was talking about Kandi. You know, for what I see and for what I know sometimes it can be deceiving, but I'm just going out for what I know. Kandi, you know, Kandi's a good woman. You know, I seen, you know, I remember her, if you know old school 90s music, like, what's that song? Just kicking it, kick off your shoes, relax your feet, party on down, just kicking. So that, if you know about that song, you know you about 40-something. She built her empire when she was young. That's why I'm like, it kind of hurted me like, dang, man, you know this good woman had grind. If you couldn't, even if you couldn't meet her halfway with her money that she had, at least you could come somewhere. Because sometimes money and everything, sometimes true love is what it is. And it stands. And it will hold itself. But I remember seeing some of the Atlanta Housewives. I know some of y'all remember the show. And I remember the mama kind of talking about Todd. And I'm like, dang, you know how I am about mother-in-law. I really don't like messing mother-in-law. I hate that with a passion. So I'm kind of like God with it. If you got anything to say, speak now and forever hold your peace. So if you got something bad to say about this person, I don't care if he broke or he a woman beater or whatever he is, or a homeless person that pick up can or whatever from the street. If you don't like it, speak it. But when they say I do, you ain't got nothing to say after that. So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that her mama probably said something about it. But you know, sometimes parents got to stand back and let your kid do what they going to do, because sometimes they're going to be grown at the end of the day. But sometimes you see things from a 3D point of view. You see it, even if they don't see it. And sometimes they you just got to let your kid bump their head once or twice for them to understand and comprehend things. Because by you telling them, sometimes go out one ear, out to the other. So, I'm pretty sure her mom probably told her the 1, 2, 3 punch. But she probably said, Mom, I got it. You know, I'm grown. I'm a strong girl. I can handle it. So, but at some point, the mama gonna be like, daughter, I can't take the more than. He doing too much. So, and that could be from a man perspective. If my mama seeing her daughter, her son getting messed up like that, she gonna jump in. But sometimes you got the messy mama, and that's what you call the mama boys. The only thing you wanna be around mans like that. And that ain't wrong, loving your mama, but at some point your mama gotta stand back and let your son, be with his wife. Because you don't want to cause conflict or thing. I've seen that happen too many times. Because like God say, I'm first, your wife, your marriage come first. And everything else, got to come in between. Come as you go. So it should not be no argument. It is common sense. Your mom should know the fine print of thing, like, oh, I ain't finna get in that way because I don't want no conflict. But I'm pretty sure, like, sometimes you driving the car, she gonna say, Mama, come on, get in the front seat or something like that. But when that mama gotta have an attitude with it, like, she better let me in that front seat. Like, that's when that stuff causes problems. Like, what? Like, that's crazy. And now, guess who in the middle of that? The son. Now he got picked between the wife and the mama. And why it gotta be like that? Why they can't be cordial? See, I was in the midst of that stuff like that, but I ain't forgetting my situation. I'm just talking about marriage stuff in general, from a man perspective or a woman perspective. That's all I'm saying. And people who been married, whether it happen now or later, you know what I'm talking about. And this ain't no stuff that I'm just he say, she say type stuff. Even God told you out of his own mouth. But some people just can't get right. But at the end of the day, you can't please everybody. You ain't got to let these people in your home. So that's why it really don't matter. But at the same time, you're going to hide stuff for so long. Because once that son or that mama keep coming around, or they start coming around, they going to notice something funny about your action. They going to know, like, what's going on? Like, I ain't seen her in a minute. I ain't seen my daughter in about 5 or 6 months. Like, she used to come like every 2 weeks or something like that. You know? She just stopped, short but slowly started coming. That's when you know a change in your daughter action. Something funny. I'm gonna give you a blimp short of my situation. I ain't trying to tell you to hate your mama, but you might want to watch out. I'm gonna leave it at that. Same thing. Your mama trying to warn you, be careful. That's it. But if you don't listen, sometimes hard head, have to what? Y'all fill in the blank. I know like her mama probably told her, and I know Todd probably hated to hit the toenail. He hated her because she was like, dang, you know how sometimes people be plotting and they can't execute? And the reason why they can't execute because somebody in the middle stopping them for their mission or their plan. They can't, they're like, God, I ain't gonna wish this heifer gone. She in my way. Y'all know how that stuff goes. Y'all probably saying right now, dang, this boy's on point. You can tell he been married before. Yeah. So, well, either way it go, I don't like prenup. I hate that it exists, because if the person paid one on me, all right, now it's my team. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm gonna keep it. I ain't gonna say 1,000. I'm gonna keep it $1,000,000 with you. I don't want to sign it, but that's to make you happy. I do it. I do it. That's to please you. But in my eyesight, it really don't matter to me that I signed it or not. It kind of hurt my feelings. I'm like, dang, does she trust me? I'm gonna ask you like a question, and you're gonna get the same reply no matter how many times I ask it. Well, why do you want to marry me if you don't trust me? That's to be another question right there. Because if you ask me why I don't want to get one, because I trust you. And if I don't trust you, I'm not going to marry you. Because at that point, I feel like that I'm desperate to marry you, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to, pitch you up for a prenup. Now, if you want to sign it and say, I sign one, I'm like, well, you ain't got to. That's not going to make me happy about you signing the prenup, because I'm not even going to offer you the contract to sign it. I didn't feel some type of way about it. Because, like, my past relationship, if I would have been in him, then yeah, I would have made every last one of them sign a prenup. But you could exit that out the window, because none of them were married material. They might feel some way about it if they're watching the video or if they ever watch it, but I can care less. They wasn't married material anyway, so that offer wouldn't have been on the table talking about a prenup. I would have laughed at it. A prenup, man, you ain't married material. So I'm gonna ask you for a prenup for. So that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna ask you that if I don't trust you, or if you're not married material. I'm not gonna offer it to you. But I know her mama, like, okay, at the end of the day, you're a grown girl, you're gonna do what you wanna do. I'll tell you what, you marry him, I hear what you're saying, but get that prenup. There's something about him in my soul. They're telling me that he gonna take you for everything that you got. Baby, Get that prenup. I know right now she probably, you know how sometimes when people be right, you don't want to come to them because you already know what they gonna say. I told you so. And sometimes you don't be want to hear that. But they did trying to say you a lifetime full of pain, that's all. You know how sometimes, you know, people split stuff in the relationship when they married. But I'm gonna tell you the thing that I don't like and I don't agree with. If a woman do it or a man do it, but especially if a man do it, he trying to take the kid from the mama, full custody. Like, damn, she damn near paying for everything anyway. Like, how low can you get? Now, you could just say her mom was wrong or whatever, but you proving her right, 100% right. Because if you stoop that low to do that, yeah, yo, you was a low down dirty dog. And sometimes people pick up something like a dog. They smell through your evil alert. they smell the evil alert on that person. Like, something ain't right about this person. You can let him in if you want to. And I think that's what her mom was doing to her. Baby, ain't trying to steer you wrong, but be careful. And I remember seeing it. I mean, I think they was in the house, and I don't know who that person was, a family member or one of her hairdresser person that was fixing her hair. I don't know what she getting her hair braided or something like that, but she was doing her hair. But Todd was saying certain things, and then a radar in Kandi brain cell went off because he started talking about, so if a person help you got the if a person help you got the money during the relationship, during the marriage, ain't he entitled to that stuff? But they just saying friend to throw you off. But if you keep on listening to the conversation, 9 to my 10, he probably talking about y'all too. And then what Kandi read off since it went off like, hold on. You talking about us. About like the Monday we got the stuff together. Now, something going on. I think this guy might try to, mama was right. I think he's trying to take me for my stuff. I think more than anything, Kandi is hurt, you know, because when people go through things in relationships, you can't expect them not to be hurt. And I think she's shocked at anything. And you trying to take the house. He trying to take everything. The house that he had before him. That's crazy. Man. The thing we go through in a marriage, prenup should never exist. It should not exist because it ain't even spoken in the Bible. So that's why I feel some type of way. It'd be different if it was a conversation in the Bible. Then maybe I'll probably think about it. But 9 times out of 10, I still won't. So that's why I say it's the definitely no for me. There ain't even nowhere in there in about that Madam type law-making stuff. And I'm not following Madam, so that's why I would never do it. If y'all not equal to yoke, and that means y'all got the same belief, y'all going through the same path. Money should not be an issue because as long as y'all love each other, y'all gonna get there, right? But I pat myself on the back because I might not be the richest man, but none of that stuff all perfect me. And I ain't trying to be like that. I want to make more money though. I ain't gonna lie about that. But that money ain't gonna change my love. That's what I'm trying to say. Rich man, poor man. Because if I love that person, I love that person. Money ain't gonna change me. If money change you, That means you was who that person was. Anyway, the money that multiply for what you really want to do. You know how these dudes be in high school and they be playing basketball and all this stuff, and these girls be looking at these dudes 6 foot 6. They however you look, whatever. They see dollar sign. Really don't like that boy like that. He could be looking like a geek nerd. He tall. He dunking, dribbling the ball between his legs and stuff like that. They see that stuff, and then them girls gonna want him. And so he got 100 girls that want him. They say that boy like to run behind a lot of women. And he was already having a lot of girls already. And he ain't really had that much money to pull. But them girls know he gonna go somewhere in a minute. That's why they coming around. And so them girls, they see that. And him, he already got a bad habit already chasing around all these women. He ain't trying to settle down. So once he get that money, what do you think he really gonna do? Ding dong, in a woman head space, you should be thinking like, nah, I don't want a man that want everybody. He got everybody's attention. So if I get him, he definitely ain't gonna have my attention, because he gonna be gone all the darn time. Especially if he playing the, NBA season. I don't know if y'all know or not. They have 82 games in a season. And if y'all playing for the same state in the same hometown, it's on a couple home games. The rest of them games are away. So that means he gonna be worse than a darn truck driver. He gonna be gone all the time. You might be on the road with that man probably a couple times. You probably 11 when he in the same home state. You probably, y'all might stay downtown across the street from the stadium. But what happened when he on the road game? Gone all the time. So then what? You ain't gonna be around that man all the time. And you gonna have all them women in that hotel room, and that man making $100 million. So he like, damn, I got the money to execute now. What I really wanted to do. That because he was like that already. He did got the money. So that's why I say money don't move me, because if I love the person, I love him. If I don't, I just don't. If I'm broke, I'm not finna run behind that woman because she got some money. Because I feel like I'm using that one. So that's why I'm like, And so it made me feel good when I see people who got more money than me, but they still don't make it. I'm like, now see that, if you don't have a qualification, there you go right there. When somebody beat you on the back and say, you ain't got this and you ain't got that, and the woman ain't gonna never love you, or a man ain't gonna never love you. Look, you got billionaires don't make it. You got Bill Gates got divorced from his wife. You got all these people divorcing their wives. If they leaving their wives or their wife leaving them. And they got more money than you could count on your toes. So why money can't keep them if money is the done discussion? There you go. Real love gotta be in it. Cause if it ain't in it, it just ain't in it. Oh, I got something I gotta add to y'all too. Nikki gonna be doing a video with me coming very soon. So if you wonder where Nikki at, she'll be coming soon. So don't be shocked when you see her side by side by me doing the Foodie day or some type of other day. You know what I mean? Sometimes I be acting goofy sometimes. Expect her real soon. Well, I think I'm almost about done, y'all. I'm like Cisco when he made that song. I could make believe I had everything. I don't wanna be alone in food. All the women, all the expensive cars, it don't amount to you. I wouldn't believe I had everything. But I can't see without you, girl. My life is incomplete. So yeah, I have all the money, all the cars. But without you, girl, My life is incomplete. And that's my whole point. That should be the name of the thumbnail of the video, the title. Without you, girl, my life is incomplete. But everybody can't say that. Todd can't say that, but I can. Cause you see what he doing. Her life ain't making his life complete. Shit, he still trying to take everything. That's a sad story, y'all. I promise it is. And I ain't trying to, y'all might heard me say a little, you know, he joke here and there. But it ain't funny to me. It's sad, cause you know, I was rooting for them, to be honest. But you know, sometimes y'all see it all, even when you don't. So when you don't work it out with that person, that's no. Y'all see all the things that you did not see. You might see maybe 40% of things, if you see that. But God see the full 100. So this person might have been in line the whole time before you say I do. He probably in the altar with his hand behind his back, crossed behind his back. Like, every word that the pastor say, you might be repeating it, but you probably wishing to yourself, like, I don't believe none of this stuff. I'm not for this stuff. I'm not saying what this woman want to hear, so I get what I want and I'm out. And that's sad. Me, I ain't finna waste nobody's time. I'm not finna waste y'all money, waste y'all time, waste my money, and waste the person's money and family time. That stuff ain't cheap. The menu, the food, the alcohol, even the water, if you might want to say the water down drink, none of that stuff free. So while you up here playing, y'all gonna have to pay for that stuff. When you put on a stage show or what, or put on the front, somebody gonna have to pay for all that money. So why you wanna pay for all that money if you ain't for real? If you don't love that person like that, then don't go on with it. And say, you know what, I don't want to marry you, and I don't think this is going to work. Instead of wasting all that money, because you know you're not getting that money back. Them people are like, oh yeah, sorry to hear that. Y'all not getting married, but we still want our money at the end of the day. Y'all got to pay us for this cake. Y'all got to pay us for catering this food. So you should have thought that before you weren't going to say, I do. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not finna waste nobody's time when they suits and tie because it's costing them money. And, you know, they getting haircuts and all this stuff. Because, you know, the man got to get groomed too with their beards and all this stuff. They got to get shaped up. Especially if they want to be in my photo. And whoever photo, that's all on them. But I'm just saying. But I ain't finna have all that stuff like that no more. I have somewhat of it. But no, I'm pretty sure that woman, when she come with her gown and all that stuff, a wedding day, that stuff ain't finna be cheap. And the bridesmaid and all that stuff, sometimes y'all women like to go all out. None of that stuff is cheap, so why you wanna play if you ain't serious? And I don't care if you get a courthouse wedding or a what's called wedding, none of that stuff cheap. You still gotta pay money at the end of the day. Somebody gonna get paid. So you figure like if you're not gonna be serious, don't do it. Don't put on. Just be true. And 100. Cause whether you be serious or not, them people want their money, and you're not getting no refund. They might not even say, I'm sorry to hear that, but we want our money. So what's gonna happen, we're gonna have a bunch of angry people want their money all because you want to play. So that's all I'm saying. All right, y'all, I'm thinking about to get ready to wrap it up. I got a couple of half of chicken bones in my plate, barely got meat on them. And I have in a biscuit there. And I have a little piece of rotisserie chicken. Might take like 1 or 2 bites and it's gone. Like Daffy Duck. That's all, folks. Well, I think I'm done. I know y'all used to seeing niggas doing the foodie dance, but I guess I'm gonna do it. I guess I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds on the foodie dance. Foodie. All right, y'all.